Hi, my name is Crystal Walker. Thank you for watching this presentation on tobacco use and how it remains a public health problem. First, I'd like to start by stating that tobacco products are not only cigarettes, but also cigars, pipes, hookahs, snuff, dip, snus, and the more recently prominent e-cigarettes. All of these products pose harmful threats to the human body. Cigarettes are made up of tons of components, including the highly addictive nicotine. The smoke from cigarettes release an estimated 7,000 chemicals into the air, such as acetone, ammonia, arsenic, carbon monoxide, lead, and formaldehyde. These harmful chemicals are the reason common household products such as nail polish remover, cleaners, rat poison, gasoline, batteries, and rocket fuel have warning labels on them, as they can be extremely dangerous and potentially deadly. These chemicals, however, are not listed on a pack of cigarettes. With 7 million mortalities worldwide per year, smoking is the leading cause of premature and preventable death in the United States. Tobacco use contributes to the onset of many different cancers: heart disease, stroke, lung disease, diabetes, and COPD. 80% of deaths from these diseases is directly from COPD. Smoking also increases the risk for developing disabilities and tuberculosis, which decreases the quality of life. As of 2018, 14% of adults still use tobacco in the US. Research shows that the life expectancy of a smoker is 10 years less than a non-smoker. Smokers have an increased risk of death from cancer and a 2 to 4 times higher risk of developing coronary heart disease and stroke. When it comes to cancer, 1/3 of cancer deaths would not even happen in the US if tobacco was non-existent, so that's 33%. Smoking even 5 cigarettes per day can lead to the development of cardiovascular disease, which proves the danger in smoking even minimal amounts. Not only that, but smoking increases the risk for high blood pressure and blood clots, which can reduce blood flow. Smokers also risk their vanity, as smoking leads to tooth and gum disease, wrinkles, vision loss, male infertility, problems during pregnancy, and wounds that are slow to heal. $300 billion is spent annually in the US for smoking-related illnesses. This is an astronomical amount of money that could be used to better benefit communities. Some examples are listed on the right, such as more fire trucks, libraries, college educations, jobs, etc. By now we all know that the tobacco industry does not have society's best interest at heart. In 1990, tobacco industries lobbied $70 million, which, although is down in 2017 to $21.8 million, this shows that the tobacco industry still remains influential in politics, and therefore it's detrimental to the people. A little bit of history about tobacco. It is reported to date back all the way to 5000 BC. In the early years, tobacco was widely accepted and even encouraged. The US initiated smoking in the early 1800s and gained popularity during the Civil War in the mid-1800s. During World War I in the 1900s, tobacco really took off, and tobacco industries were applauded by medical professionals for supplying soldiers with cigarettes, because cigarettes were helping soldiers with their pain. Anti-smoking campaigns began between 1880 until 1920 and only advertised for better hygiene. There was no mention about the harmful health effects smoking could cause. It wasn't until the 1940s when smoking was thought to have a possible connection to lung cancer, as well as other diseases. Then in 1956, the Surgeon General concluded that smoking had a definite connection to lung cancer. Once this happened, the public gradually started to become concerned with what smoking was doing to their bodies. Following the discovery linking lung cancer to smoking, it was revealed in 1972 that environmental tobacco smoke, also known as ETS, poses a health risk to non-smokers. So this is secondhand smoke. In 1992, ETS was classified as a Group A carcinogen. This class of carcinogens are the most dangerous to health. The risk of ETS led Arizona to become the first state to prohibit smoking in public places in 1993, and within the next couple of decades, smoking became prohibited inside of all federal government buildings, including the White House and inside of airplanes. Then the states really started to hit the tobacco industry hard. In 1994, Mississippi filed a lawsuit against the tobacco industry to pay for the medical costs associated with illnesses caused by their product. Just a year later, most states in the U.S. followed suit and went after the tobacco industry. The filings from all of these states was settled in 1998 with a master settlement agreement, which required tobacco industries to pay out $206 billion through the year 2025. In 1999, tobacco companies were forced to remove all advertisements of their product, and the remaining $100 million from the rest of their billboard leases was given to the states to promote advertisements against tobacco use. A major issue with tobacco use is that 90% of first-time users are under 18 years old. 98% start before the age 26. This shows that youth are the main target in tobacco use. 200 out of every 1,600 teenage tobacco user becomes a habitual user for life. E-cigarettes have become increasingly popular in more recent years with 5.4 million youth users as of 2018. Smoking is especially risky for youth because it prevents the growth of fully functioning lungs. It creates premature heart damage and causes nicotine addiction, which all last a lifetime. Not to mention, it reduces stamina and physical activity and causes shortness of breath. So if smoking is so harmful, then why do young people do it? For starters, nicotine is said to have the addictiveness compared to heroin and cocaine. This makes it increasingly more difficult to quit. Social environments play a role, so if someone's parents smoke, a teenager will see that and think it's okay. Or if the friends they're around smoke, a young person may cave to peer pressure and want to fit in. It's also important to note that poor neighborhoods are heavily surrounded by tobacco advertisements and easily accessible convenience stores, which provides tobacco products. Other reasons that young people might smoke would be to serve as a coping method for anxiety, depression, and other mental illnesses. It could also be a product of low self-esteem, a poor support system, or even genetics. Many prevention programs have been put into place to combat teen smoking, such as raising the minimum age to purchase tobacco products. A lot of states now have a minimum age of 21, which is the same as alcohol. Increasing the taxes on tobacco products has helped reduce tobacco purchases. Having less access to smoking in public has been effective. More social media awareness about the risk of tobacco use and increased support groups are also among the prevention programs that we have today. Since anti-tobacco advertising has started, it has resulted in a 5% decrease in tobacco use by adults and 3.4% decrease in youth. In 1998, the Truth Campaign launched its anti-tobacco advertising aimed at youth smokers. This campaign urges youth to be the generation to end smoking. And between 2000 to 2002, the Truth Campaign saved the nation $1.9 to $5.4 billion in medical treatments. The success of this campaign gained the support of public health officials. Increased taxes on tobacco products have shown that youth are 2 to 3 times less likely to buy cigarettes. The picture on the left from the Truth Campaign shows that when there is a 10% price increase, there is an overall 3 to 5% decrease in tobacco use. Smoke-free policies have led to a 50% decrease in secondhand smoke exposure, which has assisted in maintaining the health of non-smokers. Research shows that tobacco use was reduced by 1.2 cigarettes per day because of smoke-free policies. Medication and counseling has proven that these smokers are twice as likely to quit. These include smoking cessation programs, nicotine replacement therapies such as patch, the gum, or lozenges. This is a picture showing how the body starts to heal after quitting smoking. You can see within 20 minutes the heart isn't beating as fast and blood pressure drops. After just 1 day, the chances of suffering from a heart attack decreases, and within 2 weeks to 3 months, the body's circulation improves and the lungs function better. On the right, you can see that over the next few years, the risk of heart disease and cancers drastically decreases. The only way to completely stop tobacco use is to rid the world of tobacco products. If there is no tobacco, then there are no users. Creating rehab programs for current users to manage withdrawals may be necessary, and while this may be costly, it would pay off in the long run. Some ways that we can decrease the use of tobacco would be to have more affordable activities for youth and families, such as sports. With more outdoor time and less public spaces to smoke, this would reduce tobacco use. It is also important to continue building strong communities to maintain strong support systems and incorporate more faith in the world. Thank you so much for watching.